Hello, and this is my first vlog for the month of September. It is Monday the 12th of September. And of course, all your questions that I'm going to approach today relate to the royal family and the passing of the Queen. Very sad indeed, but I come from a family who like to celebrate the life of at these times. And so some of the doom and gloom people I get a bit tired of. So I'm just going to say the Queen is dead, God save the King. And so I will go straight in. Jessica from Cornwall. Historically, the proclamation of a new monarch is after the funeral of the one passed. So why has Charles been proclaimed king so quickly? Well, I think, Jessica, you'll find if you go through history, there's some kings that were proclaimed king even before the former monarch had actually died, and there are one or two who actually just crowned themselves there and then. So I don't think it's a hard and fast thing. What I personally think about what I've watched and experienced is yes, there was a speed about it, but there wasn't an urgency. It was, in my view, just a highly efficient system getting things done. So, and when I say getting things done, it's bish bash bosh. We now have King Charles III, and that reminds me of Joseph, who was asked, what era are we going to call Charles III's period? Because the second Elizabethan period has now passed after 70 years. Well, I didn't know, so I looked it up. Apparently, Charles I was known as the Caroline era, and Charles II was known as the Carolean era. So I think with Charles III, it would either be Caroline or Carolean, which actually derived from the Latin Carolanus, Carolus, which actually means Charles. So we have to say it is a sad time indeed. I thought the Queen just showed her talents in February when she announced that her wish was that Camilla would become Queen Consort, and so that immediately quashed any anti-Camilla vote, and so it's done. So we have King Charles III along with Camilla, Queen Consort. Now that brings me to Lisa in Florida. It's not fair. Diana should be queen. Lisa, Diana is dead. Move on. James from Perth in Australia. Why was William proclaimed Prince of Wales, and why is he also the Duke of Cornwall? Well, traditionally, since about 1300 something, Edward III, I think, the first male heir of English king or queen is automatically made Prince of Wales. Whether that's right or wrong, that's another debate. I will agree it's another very quick announcement, but it's sorted things out. King Charles was Prince of Wales. Well, he's no longer Prince of Wales, so there has to be a new one, and he's chosen William. It's not automatically the first heir, historically, but generally it is. And why is William now the Duke of Cornwall? Well, that's because King Charles III was Duke of Cornwall. Now, for those who go on about the cost of the monarchy, the Duke of Cornwall lives and earns money from the estates that fall under the Duchy of Cornwall. And so there is no drain, as if it were, on the civil purse. And for those who've been banging on about the cost and it's all paid by the taxpayers, I will repeat what I have said before. we have an institution called the Crown Estates, and the Crown Estates are looked after by a minister, a Secretary of State called the Duchy of Lancaster. And the Crown Estates earn quite a sizable sum for the Exchequer, and the civil list is paid for out of the profits from the Duchy of Lancaster or the Crown Estates. So there's no actual taxpayers' money used at all. Now, the amount of money varies. It is a small percentage. Sometimes it increases because it is the duty of the monarch to look after the monies that are put forward for the civil list, because the monies also include maintenance of some of the crown buildings, including Buckingham Palace, Westminster, Windsor Castle. So King Charles will now be in charge of that, and apparently the Queen could account for every single penny that she received through the civil list. And of course the royal family have their own independent wealth as well. William and Harry inherited a sizable sum from Diana, and they've had other inheritance over the years. So finally, I'm just going to mention the Queen again. My abiding memory of her was not only was she a hard-working, principled person, her work ethics are second to none, but I really enjoyed her sense of humour. I loved her glorious smile and the mischievous twinkle in her eye, and above all, her sense of fun, which of course came to the fore when we saw the skits with James Bond and then Paddington Bear. And so all I have to say at this time is, the Queen is dead, God save the Queen, and as Paddington said, thank you, Ma'am, for everything.